So what we're going to look at today is we are going to look at some automation. And the automation that we're going to look at is frequency response. Now, frequency response automation is something that is used in so much popular music, especially dance music. Once you hear it now, you're going to hear it everywhere in all types of music that you're listening to. So frequency response is where we adjust the different frequencies of the sound. Basically, it's like we're turning them down or turning them up. And that's called EQ, so equalization. So you're trying to equalize the frequencies. So what we're going to do is we're going to play about with just one of the functions that we have in that in order to create a specific effect. So I'm taking the riff that I had last time. Oh, turn off my click and my pre-roll. So I'm going to automate this, and I want this to be a particular type of EQ automation that happens. So if I come down here to my audio effects part, and just under here where I see the box go dark, it says click to insert audio effect. So I'm going to click here and I come down to EQ because it is an EQ, and I want a single band EQ. So it means it's going to do one thing, and that's all I need it to do. I'm going to click stereo. And then what I'm going to do is I want to change this to high cut. Now what that means is, depending on where the dial is, it's going to cut out the high frequencies. So if I turn the dial all the way down, you won't hear anything. And then the more I turn this dial up, you're going to start to hear more of that music. So if I do it like this, you can't hear anything. So that's the effect that we're after, but we want this to happen by itself. We don't want to have to sit there and do that. So what we're going to do is, once I've clicked high cut, I can just close that. I don't need it anymore. And if I push A on the keyboard, that takes me to my automation. And I'm going to come to here. I'm going to click these little arrows, and I'm going to come down here to my single EQ that I put on there. And the thing that I'm after is frequency. So if I click frequency, it means now the thing that I'm going to be automating is the frequency of that sound. Now with the pencil tool, I always make sure the pencil tool is on the right, so that whenever I hold the command button, it turns my pointer into a pencil. What I'm going to do is, I'm not going to start at the very bottom because I do want us to be able to hear something. If I start way down at the bottom, it means you get nothing. So if I start a little bit further up and click there, and then I want it to be fully released by here. So I want it to be fully open. So 20,000 Hertz is fully open. So that's me. I've automated that control now. And in fact, what I can do is, if I bring this up, you should see this dial move by itself, especially if I move this. There you go. So you can see it moving. So you're going to see this dial move, and you're going to hear the effect that it has. So there you go. That is how to use frequency automation, or how to automate the high cut frequency in order to give you this effect here. So it takes the sound from being almost quite bassy and muddy and opens it up so you can hear all of the higher pitches as well. This is a really good effect to use if you are doing any sort of dance music. You can use it in pop music. You can throw it into some R&B things as well, but it definitely works better in any sort of dance related music and even some pop music as well. So this is a really good effect to be able to use, a good piece of automation to be able to include in your work.